Welcome everybody. This video is obviously going to be very different than my normal channel content. This is my 2022 Toyota Tacoma SR5, and I bought some Cali raised LED Trail Edition rock sliders. I personally think these are the best rock sliders that you can get for this vehicle. The instructions for these, there's a PDF you can get from the website, I believe. I just watched their video on how to install these. They're fairly easy to install and the installation instructions are very good. But there's one particular thing that I noticed that wasn't quite right, and I didn't want to leave it that way, and it dawned on me that I could swap a bolt around and fix it. And this is something that isn't covered in the video because the model of truck they were installing it on, apparently this wasn't a problem. And that is just on the driver's side, the third main support bolt back rubs up against the brake lines on my vehicle. So we're going to swap that bolt around. I just wanted to make a quick video on how to do that. What you're going to need for this particular video is a 3/4 inch wrench, 3/4 inch socket, and a flashlight to prop your camera on. So here we have the driver's side rock slider. There's the third bolt going back right under the kick out at the back of the frame part of the rock slider. There's the fourth bolt, but we're going to be messing with the third bolt right here. Again, there's the back. We're looking at the back here, and that's the second bolt from the back, third from the front. And here's on the inside where it's rubbing up against these hard brake lines, and I've got the brake lines positioned right now where the bolt goes between them, but it's just not right, and that little plastic bracket that's backwards from this position, but it won't go in the hole, and it's actually kind of broken anyway. But the way we're going to do this, we're going to take the bolt off and we're going to put it from the inside, put a washer on it, put the backing plate on it, then your frame goes there between the backing plate and the outside washer, and then the nut goes on the bolt. So that's all pretty self-explanatory. This is really a two-hander job, so you probably shouldn't film it while you're trying to put that in there. Just put the bolt in. You can take a picture of it later if you're smarter than me. But you kind of wiggle that up through the brake lines, and now it looks like we should have plenty of clearance there. Get your nut started on the outside, and then go to town with those 3/4 inch tools. Now, if you are installing the rock slider from the start, go watch their video, and when you get to this particular part, or this particular bolt, if the brake lines appear to be in the way, just swap the bolt around from the inside. There's one other bolt that they recommend doing that, and that's the second bolt from the front on the driver's side. It interferes with the box. And so just flip this bolt around and don't tighten it down yet until you get to that step. But here we've got it tightened down, plenty of clearance. We're going to try to snap this guy in. It didn't really want to go back into the spot. And like I said, I think it's a little bit broken from when I removed it anyway. So I don't know that it's really going to stay, but I'd like for it to be there and at least try to hold in place. So there you go. Still looks like a little bit of clearance. It's pretty close, but I don't like how close it is. But at least it's not going to be rubbing directly up against that bolt anymore. All right, so there you go from the outside. The plug's in place, the bolt's in place. We're tightened down, good to go. There's one other modification that I would like to do with this particular install. But I'm going to do that later. It's not as pressing of a matter, and if I'm successful with it, I will make a video about that as well. But again, these are Cali raised LED Trail Edition rock sliders with a kick out on a 2022 Toyota Tacoma 4-door. They have different varieties of these rock sliders for different makes and models, but they are a little bit pricey. But I think it's the best rock slider on the market, and again, this is just a slight modification to the installation process from Cali Raised LED that I found useful. Thanks for watching. Hope it was helpful. Take care.